All right, wonderful people, lovers of freedom. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening to each and every one of you. Welcome back to Let's Talk TV, your one and only YouTube platform. Always here to give you back-to-back updates on the latest. And without further ado, we'll go into the details because, of course, that is why we are here. Remember to subscribe and turn on your notifications. Okay, a new wave of hope has swept through Biafra land this morning as fresh prophecy has emerged, my people, regarding the long awaited release of the PM Ekpa and the ultimate victory of the Prime Minister Simon Ekpa. Okay, the news has sparked excitement across Southeast with supporters taking to the streets, believing that freedom is near, and it is not a lie, my people. Let us go into the full details of this news. Yes, as we all know, a well-respected spiritual leader has dropped a prophecy that has revealed that the Nigerian government stronghold on Nnamdi Kanu is weakening, and that unforeseen forces are working behind the scenes to set him free. Normally, we are supposed to drop a video that would correlate with this particular news at this point, but yes, YouTube and its restrictions has dropped us and has made us unable to do that. The revelation has also hinted at a divine intervention that would elevate PM Ekpa's position and bring Biafra's independence closer than ever before. The chains are breaking and the oppressors will soon bow. Nnamdi Kanu shall walk free and Biafrans will rejoice. This is what is coming straight from the prophet as he declared in a widely circulated message. The prophecy quickly gained momentum and has spread throughout social media recently, and of course all platforms and social media outlets have been carrying it, and many have seen this particular news as a sign that the struggle for Biafra's independence is entering a new and decisive phase. My people, this is what it is, and I believe this is where we are heading to, and we are going to get there. A whole lot of things have happened within the years that would make people think differently, but no, I feel like we are closer than we have ever been. Continuing from about Swanisha Owerri to Enugu, Biafrans are chanting songs, and people have come out talking about the anticipation of Nnamdi Kanu's release, as major towns and local leaders that are in support of the movement have organized prayer gatherings and thanking God for what they believe is an answered prayer. Yes. And on top of it, people have talked about how they have been suffering for too long. And today we have rejoiced because of the fact that our freedom is near. Okay, then in Finland, PM Simon Ekpa also reacted to the prophecy from inside and stated that the Biafra government in exile has been making strategic moves and that the time for Biafrans to reclaim their destiny is here. His statements further fuel the belief that something major is about to unfold. This particular word that we've gotten right here is from PM Simon Ekpa from Finland, as even as coming from his lawyer or from his representative, as he has gotten this news. Okay, while many are hopeful, political analysts warn that Nigeria's government may not easily yield. Of course, we know that these people would not easily let anything like that happen. And however, the increasing international pressure and growing internal resistance, and now this prophecy have left many wondering, could this be the final turning point in Biafra's struggle? Yes, it should be. For now, Biafrans are in joy and believing that victory is near. And as the days unfold, all eyes will be on the zoo government, yes, waiting to see if the prophecy will come true. My people, I don't doubt that this prophecy will come true by the latest times. It is just for us to be ready. And ready to take over when the time is right. And so my people would also want you to listen to the next thing that comes up
as it is one of the major things that we are aiming for right here. Thank you.
First of all, he came, and then, of course, we now travel to Ihamufu to ascertain the veracity of those narratives. But I can tell you that we also had the opportunity of interviewing a lot of locals. We had to talk to them to find out exactly their own points of view concerning the alleged killings. Okay, first,
he said the alleged killings, and this very man is an Igbo man. Ndị Igbo na-ele onwe fa. Ndị Igbo na-ele onwe fa kedu ife anyị melụ ndị mmadụ. Ndị Igbo na-ele onwe fa tọrọ. Penny afọ. How much did they pay you that you will come and lie on the on national television where everybody is watching you? You come and lie against the dead. How much did they pay you? I have videos and pictorial evidences of the carnage, the gruesome murder of innocent Biafrans in Ehamufu. I have the videos, gory images that can't even be shown on social media, on YouTube, or even Facebook. These were among the things that we were waiting and hoping that our app would be ready before the Finland Convention, before Mazi Simon Ekpa was arrested, so that we can be able to be making use of this very app to showcase it to the whole world what is going on in the land of Biafra and the zoo at large. Unfortunately, they did what they did, and our prime minister was arrested up till now. And this man said, alleged. Let's continue.
What the protests we saw were circulated on the social media kind of indicated that there were mass killings, but we didn't see anything like that on the spot.
How can you see it? How can you see? Biafrans, I want you to pay attention. At the end, you are going to see, you're going to know who sent this man. I want you to download everything he's saying, bear it in mind. At the end, you will see who this man is.
First of all, we visited, there was a farm settlement. I think that place, if I'm not mistaken, is called Obete. It's called Obete, similar to the Obete, the Enugu. But that is a rail line area. I think they called it the Olie Uzo Ago. Olie Uzo Ago. I think that's what they call Olie Uzo Ubo, main strain. So I understand that there was a time when locals would, during the farming season, would migrate to that place and then live, as a community. They also had school around there. So they lived as a community in that neighborhood where they would farm. As soon as the farming season was concluded, they would return back to their homesteads. But right now, that place is actually deserted. But at what point did that place get deserted? Why did the locals leave? I understand there was an incident that occurred in 2022, January, and then sometime in December 2022, where entire communities were sacked completely on account of, the crisis. I mean, they were attacked, I understand, by Fulani headsmen. They were attacked and they had to leave their communities in drove. Then
Did you see? Did you hear him? He said he understands that in the year 2020 and 2022, that some group, it was even difficult for him to call that and to mention Fulani herdsmen. It was difficult for this criminal, look at on here, and irigo on get bendigo because of lies and deceit. It was difficult for him to mention that name, Fulani herdsmen terrorist. But he knew that he has no any other option if not to mention the name the way it is. And he has to mention it. Look at him. Look at him. Onyori, criminal. Onyori. Orige onu engogogi. Onyori. So, are you telling me that it was what happened in 2020 and 2022 till today that these locals you are talking about that deserted their farmland and homeland have not been able to return back to their homes and farmlands because of what happened in 2022, and there is no Fulani that has occupied that land? Now, yet the locals are unable to return back to their homes and farmlands. You see yourself. This is what criminality have caused on our own people. Betrayals everywhere. Quest for fame and money. Money and power mongering. This is what criminality has caused our own people. Lying to their teeth. Ịmala eziokwu, ịma nkwu ya because akwụgogo ụgwọ.
And, we began to question, wanted to know between 2022 and today, has there been any such incident that occurred? But what we were able to find out, okay, number one, we found out that, yes, indeed, somebody was killed. A certain Donatus Ndubisi was actually killed in the farm.
Onye
Do you think it's possible?
Onye gburu ya? Onye gburu that Donatus? This man, ana m ajụ gị, kedu onye gburu Donatus? Because everything that this man is trying to say, when it's something that has to do with Fulani herdsmen terrorists, it becomes very difficult for him to say it. It becomes very, very difficult for him to speak, even to mention that name. It becomes difficult for him. Now let's continue.
One, and then we also found out that there was a woman that was raped. And then.
So you see, why he's trying to. Let me give you the psychological, the way this man is trying to use psychology. He's trying to use, although I've forgotten that word. This man is using reverse psychology against our own people. As in, if he's trying to let you know, yes, that now the allegation or the alleged massacre of people, something happened, but it's not really the massacre as it was portrayed on the social media. He was trying to let you know that, like he said, one Donatus was, unalived, and then the other one, he said one woman was raped. One Donatus was unalive. That is what he's saying. He's telling you that yes, something happened, but it's not the way it was being, showcased on social media. And he's telling you that yes, something happened, but it was just one of this, one of that. Reverse psychology. That is what this man is using, but we're going to bust him.
The original account, or the earlier account we heard, the woman was raped, that they actually stuck a stick into her private part, and that.
You see, he said what they had, but let's continue.
She had
Pay
actually
attention.
Died and was in the mortuary. But I can say went to the home of that woman, and when we interviewed her, she said, I may not.
Can you see? Ifugo ndị Igbo, ife aka fa ji wele nwanne fa, ife aka ndị Igbo ji wele Maazị Nnamdi Kanu, ife aka ndị Igbo ji wele Maazị Simon Ekpa, egbue dike na ọgụ ụnọ, ọgụ amaruo achọwa dike. Pay attention, my people.
Say that she's hale and healthy, because she explained to us that she was still having difficulty in.
Something that I have videos and picture evidences that happened in so many places within that community. I even posted a video last month where one person mustered courage to go to the center, Ehamufu Center, to record a video where everywhere was completely deserted. Nobody is seen at sight. There's a 4-corner road there. There's a 4 road and junction. Nobody was seen at sight. Everywhere is completely deserted. Now let's continue.
In walking, but then that hadn't, so that was a very false narrative. We also wanted to find out whether there was any incident of mass killing, and we can tell you, I can speak authoritatively, that all the reports we heard does not indicate that there has been any such mass killings. So when people
you are a liar, you are a rogue, ifele megbuo gị, osinafa ya bụ anya n'ụka. Anya n'ụka ka osina anya n'ụka. Ifele megbuo gị. I wonder how you will be enjoying this money, knowing that you have come and lied against the dead. Shame on you. Ifele megbuo gị n'ezinụlọ gị. I wonder how you will be, enjoying driving your car, your big car, enjoying that money that was paid to you by the local government chairman, and then, oh, chai, alo. How would you be enjoying that money that was paid to you by the local government chairman of Hamufu, knowing very well that this money you're enjoying is because you lied against the dead? Ifele me buagi ndi Igbo. Chai.
Report that about 100 or 200 people had been killed and murdered, and then these things there actually wasn't anything like that. But then again, we must also say that there is still skirmishes of insecurity. The local government chairman admitted as much, that there are still skirmishes of insecurity. But that is not also different from what we are seeing in some other communities. I'd like to draw an example.
You see? But that is not different from what they are seeing from other communities. Therefore, Hamufu people can be massacred, they can be chased away, their lands can be taken over. It is not a new thing. It is not different from what they are seeing in other community. That is what this man is saying. And I'm saying, shame on you. Ifere me buogi. Chukwu di anya no ka ifere me buogi. Shame.
Recently, we saw a video that went viral. This thing happened at Uboka. Uboka is actually somewhere in Nkanu East local government area. I don't know, you probably would have seen it, where a young man was taking a video, and he was actually showing how a Fulani herdsman with his cattle, the man was pulling out cassava, from the farms, and then feeding it to the cows. And he was actually saying that, no, this is unfair, that this might actually lead to some kind of crisis. So I wanted to draw some kind of similarity between the two incidents. So we have issues of insecurity, the issues of Hamufu particularly, but I can say that from all the things we observed on Friday, that there has not been any such mass killings as advertised or as promoted.
All right. Hamufu. That's where you have, assessed, correct? Correct me if I'm wrong. You said Ehamufu. But there's been reports by a social media influencer called Nedu Ani, who's talked about, the Udi local government area being under siege, both in Afa, Egede, Eke, and some other towns. They've said that, they've witnessed a tremendous amount of killings. And we did see videos from women for weeks protesting. And I know that the government of Enugu State have alleged or have said that these attacks are orchestrated, and they've accused certain individuals who they say are criminal agitators and failed political elements of plotting this smear campaign against Governor Peter Mba's administration. To assess that claim, especially in the Udi local government, I wonder if that's the same area where Ehamufu is, and also the claim by the Enugu state government that these killings are orchestrated.
Those are the people. Those are actually the people that sent him. I am telling you, you are going to hear something. Those are the people that sent him. They said that they don't want their people to tarnish their names and their government. They don't want people to insult them, to call them names, because they want to continue with their agenda. Ka e wee tọọnụ ndị be anyị to ndị na-akpụ isi n'anị. Ifugo ka e nwee ike ịtọọnụ ndị be anyị to ndị na-akpụ isi n'anị. Those are the people that sent him. Pay attention, you will see everything. Oh, go over that place, I will let you know.
Okay, OG, that Udi is actually quite different from Hamufu. Hamufu is located in issues or local government area, while Udi, some of those towns that you mentioned now, are located in Udi local government area. I cannot speak very authoritatively concerning the Udi local government, but I'd like to also maybe use one of the visits we made to the command and control center to speak based because we were taken to the command and control center and we saw the sophisticated nature of the equipment that were there. We were made to understand that those things were the images we saw were being fed by thermal cameras that are AI embedded. Because from there we could see some of the flashpoint areas in Enugu state where we had issues of insecurity from time to time. We could see the vast lands of issues. Honestly speaking, I do not know. The security agencies might be in a better position to answer some of the questions you've raised concerning the activities in Udi. But if from what we observed at the command and control center, I can tell you that there are cameras everywhere. I asked a question that they didn't even answer. I said, how were these cameras actually planted? Are they actually in the satellite? Because the way the images were, I mean, they could zoom to even little objects that people were carrying, passers-by were carrying and moving about. And, I was actually stunned that we had such a command and control center. I must also say that the Enugu state government is doing itself a disservice, by not promoting the kind of equipment they have. One of the questions that I raised,
which is what he has come to promote. Are you getting it? He said that he is surprised that Enugu State is doing a disservice to itself for not promoting the equipment they have, which is what he has been paid to come and promote on television. That is the job he's doing now. Pay attention.
Raised that day was, are the security agencies, those who man the roads, are they aware that we even have such sophisticated equipment that actually captures them? We've had incidences of security agencies harassing innocent citizens on the road, extorting money from them. From that command and control center, you could see these things clearly. They would zoom into faces and you could see the faces of the security agents. They clearly identified, and they explained that the amount of information that they generate on a daily basis is also analyzed, and what they do, they also carry out a behavioral analysis. So I want to believe that the security agencies will be in a better position to know whether there have been such crisis in Udi local government area. Let me also say that we are aware that there are people who actually also deploy misinformation,
Are you getting it now? Let me also use this opportunity to tell those who are asking me to block somebody in the comment section. Don't worry about anybody. You already know that right here we don't block people. We allow them to speak and rant as much as they can. Once you stop, responding to him, he will disappear. Don't worry about anybody. Let him continue ranting on the comment section. He's going to disappear once you stop responding to him or her. Let's continue. Some of them are coming here with Igbo names, but in actual sense, they are Fulani. You don't know. So don't allow them to distract you. Just pay attention. Write your own comment as you like, and pay attention to what we are doing. and let the Fulani with Igbo camouflage name continue their idiocy in the comment section.
In order to gain some political mileage. We have seen in the past where people have also, manipulated issues of insecurity in order to oust someone from government. Let us also take our minds back to the Bring Back Our Girls campaign. When Goodluck Jonathan was the president of the Nigerian nation, we saw how he was eventually ousted out of office. We know that a lot of the campaign was around insecurity. We saw people who were also, magnifying figures, exaggerating events on account of the fact that they wanted to, gain that political position.
Are you getting what this man is doing? He is indirectly campaigning for the local government chairman and Peter Mba that sent him to come and do this. And he claimed to be a journalist who has gone to do an investigative journalism in a Hamufu. Who has gone to do investigation in a Hamufu. That is what he's coming here to claim. To claim as an investigative journalist. He has gone to the investigation in Ehamufu to ascertain the damages, the level of damages in Ehamufu, and he has come here to tell the world that it is all lies, that they are doing it to tarnish the image of the government. Pay attention, while we already have videos and pictorial evidences of what really happened in Ehamufu.
They wanted to make sure that Jonathan did not continue as governor. So if maybe I cannot say authoritatively, I think I mentioned that earlier. So if there are people who are using such stuff, maybe because they intend to dent the image of the state government, I think the security agencies, it is their responsibility to, with all the equipment we saw, with all the facilities we saw, I don't see why such people should not be, such thing cannot be investigated to the point that we will narrow it down to such persons who are carrying such rumors and have them arrested and prosecuted, if that is the case in this case.
Yes, thank you so much, Dr. Chukwuma. Now, Honorable Obiago was on another platform.
Chukwudi is my name.
Apologies, Chukwudi, Dr. Chukwudi. And he spoke on the issue in Isuzu local government, right? And Isuzu, local government. And this is what he said. He said the protest pertaining to the women who came out that happened was orchestrated and planned because the women came to his council and told him that some people pushed them into going for this protest. And what they were told was that the cows on the farms belonged to the government and that the reason for the planned protest is because of a ranching project. So he implied that that the people believe that the government have an interest. Most women who protested were referring to what happened years ago. They are being misled to believe that the government is the one frustrating them. So basically, he said that the women who even came out to protest in the first place do not even know why they were there. Now, I have to confirm, are you saying that at this time, there's nothing like any herdsmen killing anyone? That's my thought. Are you saying that that is not the case? Then second, you talked about and you admitted that a man was indeed killed and a woman was raped. Juxtaposing that with the sophisticated equipment that you've just spoken about, whatever happened to those two people? Was there any follow-up to the man who was killed? The woman who was raped, I don't know if there's a gravity to how bad the situation is, because I don't know if you meant the fact that she didn't die, but she was only raped means that there was information. There's a part to that story that is true. So I just want you to expatiate on these issues. Is there actually, are you saying there is nothing like this? Because that's really the crux of this conversation. Are you saying there is nothing like any situation right now? One is killed. This sophisticated equipment, are they following up on that? Why was he killed? Where was he killed? Who killed him? The woman who was raped, who raped her? Why was she? That's just what I want you to clarify for me here.
Take a right hand, shake it out.
Now, I want to show you something, actually. There's a certain question that was asked to this man, I don't remember who asked that very question, but I'm going to search for it. I'm going to search for that very question because one of the presenters decoded this man and knew that this man was on a mission. And that very question was asked where he exposed himself. I don't know if I can see that very spot here, or I should just let it play till that very, spot where that very question was asked. But I think we have to continue first while I keep on searching for it.
Okay, Kachi, thank you very much for that question. First of all, let me take it from the middle. Who killed Ndubisi Donatus? I was invited, one of the local stations in Enugu here invited me a couple of days ago to speak on this matter. And who killed Donatus? Because even during the radio program, actually called in to say, that the Ndubisi, some people called to say that this young man was actually murdered by Fulani headsmen. And then we also got other calls that said, no, this woman was not